Hey everybody. Back in the beginning of January, I received a package from the Intimina company. It's a Swedish company that makes reusable menstrual cups, and they also make a variety of other things for women's health. They do pelvic floor weights and things of that nature. And I showed you the two products that they sent me after they saw a review I did on one of their older cups that they don't apparently make anymore. They had made some changes to it and asked me if I would review that one again if they sent me the new one, and I said, well, sure. And then they also sent me this, which is the Lily Compact, and I'm going to review that for you today because now I've had 2 cycles with it. And this was a really wonderful surprise. This is not a cup that I think I would have purchased for myself. It wouldn't have occurred to me that I would like this cup. I thought it was a really cool idea. The concept with this is that it is meant for portability, you know, something that you can carry in your handbag or your pocket. Frankly, it's tiny. But the deal is, this is the cup in the open position, and this is the larger size. This is the size B. There's also a size A. And the size A is in a paler shade of pink. Anyway, the idea is that you can very easily make it small, like this. And then there is, ta-da, a compact that comes with it. And you put the cup in the compact like so. And so what I'm going to do in this review is I'm going to show you all the different qualities of the cup, all the things that I think you should know before you make a purchase, and tell you why I liked this cup so very much. And it's really been a wonderful surprise. So when I first received this cup, I was obviously very pleased. You know, when people send you things that you don't have to pay for, it's, you know, it's like, wow, how nice is that? But again, I probably would not have purchased this cup for myself. And it's not because I didn't think it was a good idea. It was just the shape of it just didn't look like something that I would need, and I don't find myself needing to carry one in a purse. That had not been a concern for me. I don't go to school or, you know, work outside of the home, so I didn't have a need to be carrying my menstrual products with me on a daily basis. So anyway, it just didn't, you know, it wasn't something that I would have said, ooh, that's the one I want to try. But I'm really glad that I got the opportunity to review this, because this is now one of my favorite cups. And I'm going to talk to you about, it's not necessarily a low cervix size when you're just looking at it. But here's the thing, I'm going to just show you how pliable this is. It is so squishy and soft, and the silicone is seriously divine. It is the softest silicone. It's even softer than the regular Lily cup, which is their other product that I'm going to review for you in a separate video. It's amazing. I mean, this is good silicone. It is amazing. So, I mean, just immediately when you're touching it, it's like, it's really nice. But as you know, from many of my other videos, if you've watched, I have my cervix drops really low during the second half of my menstrual cycle. And so I have trouble finding cups that work for me all the time. You know, I usually I can use them in the first half, and in the beginning I wouldn't be able to use a cup in the second half until I found the ones that work for me. This one I can wear every day of my cycle, even though it's not necessarily a low cervix length. And here's the reason why. This is what's kind of unique about this. Because they've made it collapsible, you know, you can put it into the little compact shape, and then you just take this down and pull it open like this. But because they've made it collapsible, they've also made it very, very bendy. You can do this with it, and it just naturally is very, very pliable, far more so than any of the other cups that I have. But the rim is quite firm. So when you fold it up, this is just the punch down fold, and you insert it, the ring pops open, but the rest of the body of the cup is extremely soft and pliable. You see how that works? So what happens is, when you insert this cup, and the first time I tried to use this, I was very concerned. I thought that it hadn't opened properly. What happens is the ring will open up, but in reality, you know, your vaginal canal is not a perfect cylinder, okay? You know, it's you know, muscles and tissue and stuff. So when a cup is fully open, you may actually have this sort of thing inside the body of the cup, because, you know, it's being pressed in upon by muscles and tissue and such. With this one, the ring opens and makes a nice seal up there below your cervix. But this part is very soft and pliable and squishy. You can't feel the bottom half of the cup at all. At least I didn't. Whenever this was inserted, I never knew I had a cup in there. It would be very easy to forget you had put one of these in. But the ring itself is firm enough that it will open up, but the rest of the cup can feel very squidgy and not open necessarily, but you do have this open seal. I think of it, if you've seen my soft cup overview video, if you manage to get through the first 4 minutes of babble on that and actually see my overview of the soft cups by Instead, it's a very similar feel in that the rim itself is the sturdy part that opens, but the rest of the cup is very kind of freeform, so you don't have to worry about it. Opens very, very easily. And the first couple of times I used this, after insertion, I thought that I hadn't opened it properly, and I was really worried. This is one of only 2 cups. The other one is my Maluna that has never, ever leaked on me, ever. From the very first time I used it, no leaks, because it's like a perfect open every time. It's just very, very different than any other menstrual cup I've tried. But the low cervix thing is not a problem, because even during the days of my cycle, when this cup might be too long, were it a more rigid design, because it is so soft and pliable, it works great. Now, after I finish this review, I am going to remove the stem, but I wanted you to see the stem that it comes with. It has marvelous little grip rings on it. If you are a person who has a higher cervix and you make use of your stems to retrieve your cup, this one is very, very grippy. It's not a stretchy stem, but it's bendy. You know, it's not going to poke you or hurt you or anything like that, but I just simply don't need them, and so I do remove them. But anyway, the grip rings on there are quite nice. Also, I wanted to show you the air release holes. Look, I managed to actually visually demonstrate an air release hole. Look at that, you can see them. And if I'm not mistaken, there are 3. Yeah, there are 3, or maybe 4. No, I apologize, there's 4 air release holes around the rim. And they are rather large in diameter for air release holes on a cup. They work really well. I've never had a problem with them. The only drawback to this cup that I experience is that I find this cup to be a little messier than some of my other cups, and I think it's because of this ridge design. You tend to have some stuff to deal with here. If you are used to menstrual cup use, however, I don't think that's going to be a problem for you at all. It's not horrendous or anything, but it is something I thought was worthy of note. I do find it to be a little bit messier. I definitely do need to use a wet wipe every time I remove and reinsert this, whereas with some of my other cups I've managed to avoid having to do that. This one you're going to need to wipe it down before you reinsert it. It does tend to be a little messier. But the design and the ease of use on this thing, and the fact that it is such a marvelous cup for low cervix use. I've heard other people in reviews say, oh, you know, I wish I could, you know, when it was internal, just do it like that for low cervix, but I find that's really not necessary. I mean, I have a really low cervix on those days, and this just does not bother me at all. And especially after I remove the stem, I'm not even going to feel this thing. So, gosh, I can't say enough nice things. This little guy is marvelous, especially if you're on the hunt for a smaller cup, or if the cups that you have tried have been uncomfortable. You know, if you have, like, if you feel pressure, or if you feel like the cups you've tried have been too firm, try this. This thing is awesome. And like I said, it was such a wonderful surprise, because I never would have picked this, because I thought, oh, it's a travel cup. That's a cute little gimmick or whatever. But, you know, and I thought it was nice because they did the Kickstarter campaign, and I thought, oh, they're bringing publicity to menstrual cups. That's going to be great. But no, it actually is a really, really great product. And if you're having trouble finding a cup because of any of those reasons, if you have a super low cervix, if you have found menstrual cup use uncomfortable because there's too much pressure, or you feel like they're too big, or you feel like they're too firm, this may be what you need. I have found it very reliable, and so I think next cycle I'm going to use this back and forth with my scoon and see which one I like the best. I don't know. Or maybe one of them will be my handbag. This one probably end up being my handbag cup, and then the Scoon, because I'm finding that these two were the ones that I looked forward to using, was this one and the Scoon, because they are very comfortable. And like I said, this one, I didn't have a single leak. Plus, it's just really cute. And again, the softest, most brilliant, most amazing soft silicone I have ever dealt with. So I really do highly recommend. I cannot say thank you enough to Lucy at Intimina for asking me to do this and sending this product to me. That was kind of above and beyond. I didn't really expect that, and so I'm really pleased. No, I did not pay for this cup. But God's honest truth, this thing is awesome, and I hope that you'll give it a try if it sounds like something that will fill a need for you. Thanks very much for watching, and I will see you again very soon. In fact, after I'm done with this, I'm going to review the other Intimina review, and they'll probably go up at the same time. Anyway, have a great weekend. It's the weekend here. Let's see, what's the next one I'm going to do? Oh, I have an updated Annie Belle's review for you coming up too. Thanks very much. Bye.